Another factor, major factor in my in the transformation process was relationship. I mean, this shouldn't be any shock. No man is an island. So, so relationship. I hadn't had any securely attached relationships. So you think about in so secure attachment is also it's a major facet in trauma healing. You know that if you're going to heal, so what is trauma? Trauma is a wound we sustain in our psyche, so in our self, it's like think about in your mind or in your soul. You've been injured, and so so a relationship is a place where that heals. And so when you have, that's why a lot of things can happen to people when they have really strong relationships. It will be less impactful. Well, I didn't have, I don't not to blame anybody, but let's just say I didn't have any of those relationships growing up. I didn't have any strong. I wasn't anchored or securely attached to anyone in my family. And that would prove. So that proved, when I and even if and a lot of my later in life, I'll say all of the choices that I made, I was the common denominator of all of my crimes and all of the crimes I got away with. I got caught for we'll say a portion of crimes, but I got away with a lot of stuff too. That's just the way that is. And so I was the common denominator of that suffering, and I didn't have any refuge from it. I didn't have so relationships with people, relationships with, and also a relationship with God. I needed the relationship with God most, and but even that I owe to the relationship with who became my wife. And it was I'll talk about that in another video. We'll explain that whole story. But we met 12 years ago. We got married last year. She's come to see me in San Quentin. She was there when they were trying to give me a life sentence. She was coming to court. And she came to see me in prison. And I paroled to her, and I relapsed, did poorly, went back to prison again. Went to prison on her twice. Went to prison twice since we met and got together, and for a total of 9 years. I did 13 months once, 8 years another time, or 7 years 8 months. So we're talking about of the 12 years that we've known each other, 12 years, and I've spent 9 of those years in prison, and now I've been free in August. So in August it'll be 3 years. And this is, 3 times as long, or twice as long as I've ever been free since I was a teenager, and the longest I had been free in my life up to now was 18 months. Now I've been free 3 years off parole, and so but anyways, me and my wife now we've lived together for over a year. We live here, and and same thing. She picked out this place, and I got it for us, which was all those things are miracles. All those things are miracles, and but yeah, so a securely attached relationship, having a safe place, to grow, safe place, a place to return to. If I mess up, I know she's not going to leave me. If she goes crazy or gains 200 pounds, I'm not going anywhere. That's new, and that's it. But same thing too. I know I could if whatever I do, I know that she's there. We have but the healing that's come from that, I equate it with Chrysalis. So Chrysalis is what happens for a caterpillar when they get in the cocoon, grow their wings, do that. Well, so none of that stuff, you think about it, none of that would happen for a caterpillar just walking. You don't see a caterpillar just walking down the street growing wings. It happens in a relationship with with the cocoon, with whatever and whatever else is going on behind the scenes there, whatever else the butterfly mat is. That's what goes on in a relationship. You know, that's what's happened. You know, the trauma healing. You know, so many aspects of my life I owe to her. My sobriety. You know, I got sober at her instigation. Where things like that. And so I'm staying sober for me and for my and other stuff I got going on. But but yeah, I got sober to maintain our relationship or to have a shot at it. And relationship was major. My relationship with God, my relationship with her. I regained a relationship with my family. All of those relationships I have. You know, then I have close friends. I have an adopted family. You know, I have close friends. I have a relationship with brothers and sisters in recovery. So all of those relationships now aid my. I don't have any relationships pulling me down. They just get cut off. I just don't have them. I don't have any relationships that are pulling me down. So, as soon as I see it, it's just boop, I'm out. You know, and that's some of the good. That's some good skills I learned. You know, before had a you know, I was doing it. I used to do it with the people who probably weren't the right people to do it with. I would cut off everybody and just and shut down and isolate. But now, you know, I'm choosing to cut off the right people at the right time. So yeah, relationship is the chrysalis in which we are transformed, and I'm much better of a person for having had this relationship. If you appreciate the content, please subscribe and also feel free to comment. You know, and share, you know, like experiences, and we'd love to interact with you, with people who have been through the same things or who are seeking the same solutions. Thank you.